the UFC has been around for 30 years. We've had some great champions, some great fighters, some memorable fights, some memorable fighters as well, some not so memorable fighters, some not so great fighters. And I've been thinking about kind of where the UFC's headed a lot lately. You can see a lot of my videos. I'm talking about the future, the next 5 years. How's the UFC going to promote all this stuff? What the UFC needs to do with their young guys. And today I'm here to talk about why I love the new generation of fighters. Okay, I was thinking about this after UFC 284. We've seen it a lot lately. The era of dominant champions is not over. It's just the fact that all the contenders and all the fighters on the come up are just getting better. Like every level, I think, is just getting better. And the first guy I want to talk about that represents that is Corey Sandhagen. Okay, Corey Sandhagen is a bantamweight contender that we all love to watch. He's one of the most exciting guys in the UFC. He's got what 10 finishes, 6 first round finishes in 15 fights. He's fought all the best guys already, and he's still getting better. It seems like. And to me, Corey Sandhagen is the perfect example of the new generation of guys that are kind of like mixes of the past, of fighters that we've loved and fighters that were great in the past, kind of combining. Everyone's getting better everywhere. I feel like Corey Sandhagen, with his unorthodox striking, his stance, his pressure, he's a perfect mix of TJ Dillashaw with his stance and his movement. Bit of Dominic Cruz in there as well with the footwork. He's got more power than Dillashaw, and Cruz, in my opinion, he's a bantamweight that can really crack, that can really hurt. He likes to cut people as well. And that's why I'm also going to say Corey Sandhagen is the perfect amalgamation of TJ Dillashaw and Tony Ferguson, okay? Prime Tony is not here anymore, but we've got Prime Corey, okay? And that's close enough. Okay, Corey Sandhagen, he's fearless. He throws with reckless abandon. He comes forward with elbows, with jumping knees. He's beautiful off his back with his jiu-jitsu as well. He's violent. He's always on the hunt. If you go follow him on Instagram as well, you're like, what the fuck am I following? But it's cool, bro. He's a badass, okay? And Corey Sandhagen is one of the new generation fighters that has the mindset of the old school guys. He's a killer, man. This guy wants to hurt people, bro. He wants to be the best. Okay? I'm sick of these young guys that have these weird mindsets of like, oh, I just want money, or I just wanna win a decision. This guy's coming to hurt people, bro. I'm telling you, this is Prime Tony meets TJ Dillashaw merged together all in one ginger body, okay? Corey Sandhagen, he's one of my first new fighters, new gen fighters that I really like because he's an amalgamation, okay? Moving on in the featherweight division. I love Ilia Topuria, bro. I've come around a lot on Ilia Topuria. At first, I gotta be honest, I didn't really like him. Okay, but I'm buying in, okay? I'm buying in. He's got 12 finishes and 13 wins. He's undefeated. Okay? This guy to me is like the perfect mix of all the featherweight great fighters. He's got every skill set. He's got the jiu-jitsu, he's got the wrestling, he's got the power, he's got the striking, he's got the durability. He can get dropped and come back. This guy to me, his personality as well, his look. This is like young McGregor meets fucking young Volk, bro. This guy's got a lot of potential at featherweight, man. And this is the new generation of fighters. This guy has no weaknesses. He only has strengths. And that's what I love about this new generation. I think Ilia Topuria, his next fight has got to be Brian Ortega or Josh Emmett. He is destined to fight for the title at some point this year or early next year. And yeah, man, I think Topuria is a killer, man. That's what I'm trying to say about this new generation. That's why I love this new generation. These are the guys that we're gonna look back on and go, bro, prime Ilya, dude. Prime Corey, bro. You know what I mean? And you can see that they are the next step of the guys that we loved coming up. Like, you telling me that Corey Sandhagen isn't a mix of fucking Prime Tony and TJ Dillashaw? Like, we've still got those guys now. We've got the new version. We've got Corey Sandhagen now. And their evolution's gonna continue. It's like fucking Pokemon, bruh. Alright, not that type of Pokemon. MMA Guru, relax. If you were in the stream, you know what I'm talking about. But listen, the evolution is just going to get better and better, and that's why I love this new generation of fighters, because I feel like they're getting better. They have less holes in their game. The fights are going to be more competitive, and when they get to the top, if they're more entertaining, then it's going to be even better. It's going to be even more high level. You can be like, dude, you need to watch these fights, bro. These guys are fucking next level. I think, man, I know for a while there was a debate like, oh, who has the best fighters? ONE FC, UFC. It's UFC by a mile, bro. It is UFC by a mile with these guys coming up. I think it's only gonna get more improved everywhere, but especially in the UFC. Okay, moving on, welterweight division. I'm gonna go with Shavkat Rakhmonov as one of my other new generation fighters that I absolutely believe in. That I see a lot of the past merge together into to make a new new form of superstar, a new form of fighter that I think is elite. Okay, Shavkat Rakhmonov, his ground game is nasty, bro. Like, he finished Neil Magny. You know what I mean? He made Neil Magny, sorry, look a little bit easy. I sound like fucking, I don't know who I sound like. I sound like Cody Garbrandt. Dude, dude, Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's almost like a next step of the next step. I feel like Chimaev is that next step right now in the current day. Like, he's one of our new, like, our generation's, like, main guys, right? He's got the trash talk, he's got the ground game, he's got the submissions, he's got the power to KO people. I feel like Shavkat is like the next step of that. Like, he's got that ground game like Hamzat, or like a, I don't know who else you want to compare him to. I don't want to compare him to an Oliveira, but I want to say he's got that nasty ground game. He can submit anyone at welterweight. That gives him the opportunity. But on the feet, he's like, he's a beast on the feet. I feel like he's better on the feet than Hamzat. He's got that Wonder Boy type shit. Like, he's doing spinning fucking back kicks. He's flowing together the striking and the grappling, and he's a beast. He's undefeated. He's got all finishes. I feel like Shavkat Rakhmonov is the perfect example of where the UFC is headed. I feel like we're gonna have more Shavkats, unranked, more Shavkats at the bottom of the ranking, more Shavkats as champions. These type of fighters that are good everywhere, that can finish you anywhere, that are considered a plus in every area. Not a guy, oh, if he gets you on the ground, it's over, but on the feet. I feel like those days are slowly getting numbered, and our generation's fighters, we've got these advanced fucking guys like Corey Sandhagen, Ilia, Shavkat Rakhmonov. And the next one I want to draw attention to, I'm gonna go with Bo Nickal, okay, dude? I know you guys don't like this, okay? But listen, this dude is 2-0. I think he's 3-0 or 4-0 actually, but this guy has the potential to be a champion in the UFC. Think about that. This guy has not fought in the UFC yet. And he legitimately has the potential to be a UFC champion. Like, with his skills, his grappling looks like it's one of those guys that's ranked like a Hermanson or Muniz. I wouldn't say he's the jiu-jitsu practitioner that either of those guys are, but his wrestling is better than both of them by a mile. And his grappling is so good that it looks like he could compete with those guys on the ground. Maybe it's the competition he's fought, but that's what I'm saying. This guy's coming off the Contender Series, and I legitimately believe he will be ranked in the next 2 years, like top 10 minimum. Like, I feel like the whole tide is rising in MMA in terms of the athletes. Even on the amateur level, I feel like everyone is just getting better. And they're wiping out the fucking specialists, or the guys that like claim to be specialists but are just not good, like not good enough to hang everywhere. And I feel like these guys can hang fucking everywhere, dude. Even Bo Nickal, he's not a Ben Askren. He is not a Ben Askren. I've seen him on the feet. He is not a Ben Askren. The more time he has to improve, the better he will get. Alex Pereira is considered just a striker. I think his defensive grappling is gonna be underrated until you see him fight Adesanya again, or you see him fight a Whitaker, or you see him fight a Vittori. I feel like everyone is just better right now. And Bo Nickal, like I said, just flashes of the old, like flashes of those throwback like middleweight guys that could come in, they could submit anyone, they'd take you down, and it was done. He gives me those flashes of those great fighters, and his striking seems better than those guys. Like, this next generation, I feel like is just proof. Like, we're about to hit. I feel like we're about to hit one of the primes of MMA in terms of talent. I feel we went through a slump for a little bit. I think we're about to hit the peak. We're about to hit the top. Okay. And number one, I think this is gonna be an underrated choice, but I feel like this guy doesn't get enough love. For one of the next generation fighters that I think exemplifies this, Tom Aspinall, dude. Tom Aspinall is one of the most advanced heavyweights we've ever seen. Okay, I know he lost to Curtis Blades. I know he has a pepperoni nipple in this photo. Ignore that. He has a 100% finish rate as well. Why is no one talking about that? But dude, Tom Aspinall, I feel like Cyril Gane, Gelton Almeida, these guys are the next generation of heavyweights. These guys exemplify the fact that all the tides are rising. Heavyweight was shit for a long time, man. No disrespect, but we had, Brock Lesnar was champion in 2 fights. Tim Sylvia was one of the better champions that the division had. Randy Couture was champion at like 40 something. This division has only advanced. And I feel like Tom Aspinall is the perfect example of that. He's like Darren Till on the feet. I would say he's a better striker than Till, more diverse, more confident on the feet, more power obviously as a heavyweight. But then on the ground, not only is he a great jiu-jitsu practitioner in my opinion. His timing is like the Volkov fight. Oh my god, he put Volkov in he showed the difference between that generation and this generation. We're living in it, boys. We're living in that fucking generation where everyone is getting like better and better and better. And soon it's gonna be very, very hard to be the GOAT of a weight class. Soon it's gonna be very hard to tell who is the heavyweight GOAT, who is the light heavyweight GOAT. You know what I mean? All these guys are progressing. All these guys are advancing. All these guys seem to have the capability to be good at fucking everything now. Like one fight they'll fail. They'll come back the next fight and they'll be better. They'll improve so rapidly it won't be a big gaping hole in their game like some of these old school fighters. That's just my I just wanted to talk to you guys about why I love the new generation. Some of the guys that I think are the next prototypes of where MMA is headed. I think Corey Sandhagen's striking, Tom Aspinall's timing as a heavyweight, his speed, his striking, his jiu-jitsu as a heavyweight, very underrated. Not that many heavyweights are really like that on the ground, and Tom Aspinall is that guy on the ground. Um, you know, Shavkat Rakhmonov, his well-roundedness, his finishing ability, Ilia Topuria, all this stuff. I feel like this is where the UFC is headed. This is where MMA in general is headed. I feel like every prospect coming up will be more and more legit unless they're a 23-0 guy who supposedly is a great featherweight and then loses to Jamal Emmers. And then in that case, then we're still in 2018, but that's my point, okay? Do you agree with me? Let me know down below. Comment some of your favorite like new age fighters that you think are like the shit, like the bomb, okay? Um, like if you disagree about any of these guys, let me know down below as well. Let's talk about it. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you enjoyed it, subscribe as well. Go follow me on Instagram and twitch.tv. Both my handles on those are bedtime MMA. Alright boys, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.